of Afro-scientific spirituality. My name is Mensife West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where I'll separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. This video is in response to a comment that was written on my channel yesterday by one commentator. He calls himself Dombri Ezike 5598. This person wrote so many things yesterday, and it was a long letter. I don't know if I should read it here. It will take your time, but if you are interested, you can go to my yesterday video, the video I did on the false oracle of Oloko Asorodayon and why we should not marry witches. This comment is there. So the person wrote some things. He actually started by commending me for my boldness in saying certain things. And he said he wants to also say his own piece too. And he made certain points that I want to object to. Apparently, this person is upset that I am promoting ancient Egyptian deities like Amen-Ra, Heteru, and others, of course, over my West African deities. He's not happy. Okay, he said that I'm saying that our West African deities have been polluted, and he don't want me to say that. Okay, he doesn't want me to say that. So he said that I am exalting Kushite Kemetic deities more than West African deities, and he thinks that, or he believes I am giving West African deities a bad name, and he's not happy about this. He said that it is not nice, and he said that the deities are not bad in themselves, but it is the Dibias and the Babalaos that are the ones that are giving the deities a bad name. Okay, this person does not believe that a water deity can be polluted. Does not believe that. Okay, and it's not, this person doesn't believe that spirits can be corrupted. Okay, and this person also said that he has experience with this sort of things, and he believes that it is the deities. Then this person also mentioned that Jesus Christ is not an evil deity, that Jesus Christ is not a bad spirit, and they say that this just because we have spirit and forces that are indigenous and more connected to us than Jesus. So this person doesn't see Jesus as a bad spirit, and he also thinks that our African deities should be given a higher, West African deities should be given a higher reckoning than the Kemetic deities. Okay, this is where I want to talk to this person. First of all, when it comes to spirituality, every land have their own indigenous spiritual systems. These are systems that are developed by the people due to their own interaction and understanding of the immediate environment. Okay, so we have this, when you come to a place like Nigeria, we have Igbo people. They have their own spiritual system, which is a little bit different from the Yoruba people. The Yoruba people have their own pantheon of gods. Then you're going to see Urubu people, we have our own pantheon. Then you're going to see Hausa people. Every tribe that is unique, that have its own distinct language in Africa, has their own understanding and their own god pantheon that they venerate, that they believe that is their ancestors or is their own understanding of the universe. Okay, so why should I be venerating ancient Egyptian deities more than our West African deities? Okay, or why should I be promoting them? These are the reasons why I need to explain to you. First of all, the ancient Egyptian deities, if we trace their origin and transmogrification, if we want to use grammar, they are becoming, or how they became, what they were or what they are now, how did Amen-Ra or Amon-Ra become Amon-Ra? If we trace their origin, we will find that it didn't happen in one day. The origin came from Africa, inner Africa. These gods, these Egyptian gods we are hearing about, their history, okay, their historiography, it is a collection of the cosmic knowledge or the universal knowledge or collective wisdom of different parts of Africa. Okay, these are ancient Egyptian deities where we talk about Amen-Ra, Asa, Heteru, Sekhmet, Ampu, Anubis, Jehuti. You're going to find this pantheon replicating itself in almost every tribal spiritual practice or community in different parts of Africa. Okay, these are ancient Egyptian deities. They are like a collection or a refinement of our indigenous African deities. Okay, deities evolve just like humans evolve. They evolve over time as different generations of people come into this life and they go away. When people come in contact with deities, with spirits, or with principles that they have been introduced to, as they begin to work with these principles, they begin to have more understanding with these principles. They begin to change things or to recreate these deities in their own image to sort of perfect them. Okay, to perfect them. One thing you're going to find this spiritual innovation, you're going to find it in ancient Egypt. Okay, in ancient Egypt, they have so many gods, and they change their gods from time to time. There's this reason for it. When a certain group of people come, the new generation, they look at this a certain god, they find out that there are some qualities that may not be needed, or something that is not best suited to the position or the working of this deity. They simply change it, or they adapt it, or they innovate it. So if you trace the origin of these deities, you will find that we have some of their prototype also in West Africa, in Central Africa, in Ethiopia, in Sudan, in ancient Kush, which is now modern Sudan. So all these deities we are all connected to them in one way or another. But what many people fail to understand is that we are the deities. Okay, the essence of us venerating a particular deity is to emulate these qualities or characters of that deities. It is something that you create in your image. You create something like maybe you want to aspire to a certain level in life. Maybe you want to be somebody filled of wisdom, understanding. You want to be handsome. You want to be intelligent. You can create a god. Yes, all these gods people are venerating, people create them in their own image. You will create this thing, and you give him all these qualities that you want to see in yourself. You give him these qualities, you give him these powers, you give him this position. You take from nature, you take some qualities from animals, you can take from river, you can take from what you see in nature. You create this being out of nothing, or out of your own spiritual essence. You give life to it. You give life to it by start venerating it, giving it things that will give it life, of course. Food, blood offering, time, energy. You feed this immaterial or this phantom or whatever you have created. You create it, you give it life in your own image. So we are the kind of physical representation of these deities. In a way, they are created in our own image. Every land creates these deities. Even the so-called Jesus Christ is created in the image of the white man. So these different deities are created to represent different aspects of nature. Okay, so these Kemetic deities are created that by people that have discovered so many things about life, and they have accumulated a lot of knowledge, and they want to create something that is very, very practical, or something that is the best representation of their understanding of nature. Okay, so the deities, they are part of us. They are African deities. Of course, you know the ancient Egyptian people. they are black people. So we are connected to those deities. And if you look at these deities, they are not so corrupted or polluted with negativity or evil. They are straightforward, they are open, they are easy to access. There's a lot of materials on them. Contrary to our West African deities, like if you come to Orisha system now, although there's, if you come to Nigeria, the Yoruba Orisha system is the spiritual system, you're still going to find with a lot of materials on it. But still, yeah, there's still so much secrecy inside, and there's so much tribalism inside too. And if you say I should focus on my West African deities, especially in Nigeria, which one am I going to focus on? I am not Yoruba, mind you. I am Urobo. If I come on this channel and start talking about my Urobo deities, how many Yoruba people will listen to me? How many Igbo people will listen to me? How many Hausa people will listen to me? How many Ijo or Isoko people will listen to me? Almost none, because each of them have their own indigenous, local, spiritual system. You get it? So it cannot, although if I want progress, I want unity, I want development in Africa, I will not be focusing on my West African deities, because we are just so many tribes in Africa, even in Nigeria. This is going to cause tribalism, and I have witnessed the problem of tribal spirituality in Africa. Imagine you going to a place that will tell you that the deity only answers to people from that tribe. Or I've seen many cases whereby you go to a shrine, they will not even listen to you because you are not from that tribe. They are not ready to do anything to help you. I have traveled to some people's shrine whereby I see all the materials is written in their language. And these same people invited me for a conference, a spiritual traditional conference. We went there, we went to the temple, everything was written in their local language. So how can we share knowledge when the people, the kind of attitude, they're not even ready to share materials with you? This is a major issue, tribal spirituality. There are some people will come now, especially in the Yoruba tribe, they will say that because they are Yoruba people, they are only the ones that have authority to talk about the deities in that tribe, that if you are not from that tribe, you cannot talk about their deities. People do like this every day. Okay, many people in West Africa, they have this problem. So how can we unite when it comes to spirituality, when everybody believes that their own spiritual system is superior than that of the next man? So how do we come together? How do we move forward as an African people? I remember I told you that we are the deities. Okay, we are the deities in human form, but many of us have not discovered ourselves yet. So when you see somebody saying I am venerating Oshun, but the person is practicing tribal spirituality, is the Oshun not now polluted with tribalism? Is it not polluted with tribalism? So how do I go to meet that kind of person? For if I'm not from the tribe of that person, how do I? How can that person be sincere to me? Most times they are not sincere to you. I see this all the time. I've traveled to many African or so-called traditional shrines. I see the way they behave. I've seen this time, so that we cannot move forward like this in Africa, whereby people practice tribalism and people believe that their tribe is supreme to other tribes, that their tribe have for all access or monopoly of spiritual knowledge and spiritual power than any other tribe. How can we move forward as the people in Africa? This is the reason I don't talk much about our West African deities on this channel. This is the plain reason. You think I don't know them? When I start talking about Orishas, somebody will shout and come, hey, you are not Yoruba, you cannot talk. This is a Yoruba deity, this is that. If I want to talk about Igbo deity, another person will shout, oh, you are not from Igbo. I don't want to put myself in that kind of spot. So I will focus on deities that will unite everybody. You get where I'm going? I have said this many times on this channel. This is why I focus on the Kemetic deities. Okay? We can still, there are different currents in spirituality. We can still use the Kemetic deity to tap into our African spirituality. And besides, there's no tribalism there. There's zero tribalism. Okay, when you talk about Kemetic deities, everybody in Africa listens to you. Okay, because we all connect to that one and we all understand it. And there's a lot of written material. It is not secret. We have lots of materials on it. It's not something that you can use to defraud or hoodwink everybody. Everybody know the characteristics of the deities. Everybody know the Kemetic deities. Everybody know how to connect with them. So it's not something that you can use to defraud or scam other people. Okay, so for me, it's the best. And the ancient Kemets, they have been able to perfect their spiritual practice, and it is very clear and based on pure scientific principles. When you check the African trinity of man, woman, and child, it totally makes sense with science. It is a man and a woman must come together to produce children. Man and man cannot born children like the Christianity, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. It is not scientifically valid. It does not make sense. It is idiotic and it is stupid. Okay, it is misogynistic. It is also racist. It is not balanced. But when you come to African spirituality, you come to Kemetic spirituality, you see the man, woman, and child. It is balanced. It is scientifically valid. It makes sense. Okay. It is not racist, it's not tribal, it's not misogynistic. You see the scientific backing of African spirituality. It is clear for everybody to see. Okay? When you come to Kemetic spirituality, where you see principles like Amon Ra, we venerate Amon Ra. Why? Why is Amon Ra the supreme deity? He is the sun, is Amen. The sun gives power to everything in our solar system. The sun is the supreme power. Okay? There is no hiding it. It is back, it's scientifically valid. Everybody can see it. It is straightforward. It is clear, crystal clear. Why will I not support that kind of thing? Easy to understand, very easy to understand. This is what I will teach. Okay? When you come to our local systems, like some Orishas systems, now they will want to be complicating things for you so that they can get money from you. There are some systems in Ifa that they have monetized every single concept in their spiritual practice. Every single concept, you have to pay for them to teach you. You have to pay for them to do this. You have to pay. They have been corrupted by greed. When I say our West African spiritual systems have been corrupted, I am not lying. I know what I'm saying. It is the truth. Okay? So I will not hide because I'm from West Africa. I'll be protecting something that is have already been polluted and corrupt. I will speak the truth. I will say it the way it is. Okay? I will not hide. It is not working well. It is corrupted and polluted. Okay? We need to change them. Okay, more talk truth, make devil shame. So, Kemetic spirituality is straightforward. Okay, when you see a certain deities, you see the characteristics, you see the properties. Everybody can see. When you come to Kemetic spirituality, they talk about atomic structure. They talk about the atom. The atom, the Western people are talking about is from ancient Egypt. It's all in their books. You talk about atom. You talk about the judgment throne. You talk about the book of coming forth, the Osiris Ani, the Egyptian reincarnation. You talk about various concepts like transmigration of the soul. You're going to find this concept written very clearly, how it happens. You're going to find so many historical documents backed by science in ancient Kemet. But when you come to West Africa, you're going to find that a lot of the spiritual practice have been hidden, or they have been only transmitted by words of mouth. And some people will tell you that it is only given to people that are initiated. So meaning for you to learn anything, for them to tell you anything that will help you, they have to initiate you first. And you have to pay some sort of big money. I don't believe in this kind of things. Okay? Many things in African or West African spirituality is based on superstitious beliefs. You will not find all the superstitious belief in Kemetic spirituality. Things that doesn't make sense that people are still practicing. Repeating of mindless, useless traditions, worthless traditions. You're going to find a lot of them in West Africa. All these things are the things we need to change. So when I focus on Kemetic spirituality, I know why I'm focusing on Kemetic spirituality, because this is the only spiritual practice that African people have been used. I was able to use to civilize the whole world, to bring knowledge and wisdom to the whole world for hundreds of thousands of years. All these things you are studying today in your modern school, geometry, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, it's all started in Africa. Okay? So you're going to find that these ancient Kemetic deities and these Kemetic people, these African people, they are the ones that were responsible for organizing this knowledge, for developing this knowledge, and for bringing it out to the whole world. If you look at the whole Western world today, they are all studying ancient Egypt. All the things, all the modern technologies we are using today in the Western world, they got it from ancient Egypt. They have even tried to even cut Egypt out of Africa, but they have failed. Look at the Arabs, look at the Europeans. Everybody is studying ancient Egypt. So why we in West Africa should not also do the same thing? Where everybody is looking at ancient Egypt for direction, for wisdom, for guidance. You in West Africa are saying that we should not connect to them. We should connect to our local deities. How many of our local deities was able to bring civilization to the whole world? These are our local deities. I'm not saying we should not connect with them. We should connect with them, but we should connect them to ancient Egyptian deities. This is where I practice my own. I have been able to connect my deities together to form a very powerful pantheon together so that we can work. So I always promote ancient Egyptian deities. Okay, I venerate them, and I have made solid contact with them. In fact, the first day I got in contact with them, they came to me. I have seen them. I know that they exist, and I know that I am connected to them. So why do I don't see why I should be ignoring them when they are here to help me, and other people are making contact with them. Then I'll be the one that will be separating myself. It doesn't make sense. Because I come from West Africa doesn't mean that I will focus on only Ogun or Oshun or Eshu. Yes, we have these deities. Yes, I still make offerings to them. But if we need to move forward as a people, we need to adopt the scientific principles and practice of the ancient Egyptians, because we need to innovate our spirituality. We need to advance it. We need to develop it to modern day realities. This is the thing that the ancient Egyptians were doing. That's why they were always changing their gods. If you study Egyptian history, you see so many gods. They keep evolving and refining them again and again and again to suit modern day realities. We need to be doing the same thing. The way African spirituality is set up now in West Africa, it cannot innovate us in this 21st century. We cannot use it to progress. If we continue to put ourselves in superstitious belief to be doing the same local things we are doing that are taking us nowhere, we will not go anywhere. We need to follow the ancient Egyptians. Those are the people that have the key. They're the wisdom. Is what we need to move ourselves forward. We need that wisdom. So we need to connect ourselves with them. Okay? This will bring unity. It will bring innovation. It will bring development, and it will destroy this tribal spirituality that and sentiments that people are practicing in West Africa. Okay? It will destroy it. So when you see me done talking about the West African deities, it's for good reason. I have not even mentioned my own tribal deity on this channel. You think we don't have our own deities in Urobo? If I start to mention Ohore, how many people know Ohore? If I mention Ogberaga, how many people know that deity? Nobody. If I mention Aziza, how many of you? Only people in Delta State know those spirits. Only people. I cannot be talking about my own local deities. I need to unite people. Okay? Those my local deities is for me alone. It's for, if you say you want to learn about them, I will gladly teach you about them. But if that means you want to know deeper about my tribe, then I will tell you this is our local deities. Okay, I will not bring them here and be talking about them. Many people will not listen. So for me to unite our African brothers and sisters, I will talk about something everybody can understand, which is the language of Kemet. Okay, that one we cannot see eye to eye. So if you're practicing your Oshun, you're venerating Ogun and Shango, you venerate, don't throw them away. Keep venerating them, but We need to connect everything, connect all of them to Kemet for greater understanding and also adaptation and innovation. It is our collective heritage. Ancient Kemet was the capital of Africa, was our capital city. Okay, all our knowledge, we deposited everything there, the best of the best. Everything is there, and these Arabs and Caucasians have taken it over. We need to reclaim it one day. Okay, we must not forget about it. We must study it. We must understand it, because they don't even want us to study it. They don't want us to talk about it. That's why I get angry when people say why I am talking about Kemet. Why will I not talk about Kemet? We need to keep talking about it because it is part of us. It belongs to us. It used to be our capital city. Why are we not in control anymore? What happened? Why is it that Christianity and Islam is doing everything possible to make sure that we don't remember or we don't talk about it? Meanwhile, the whole Western world is talking about it, trying to whitewash it every day, trying to steal it every day, still uncovering things every day, discovering things, digging our ancestors' grave. If the ancient Kemet, if Egypt really belonged to these Arabs, they will not allow themselves and the Western world to be breaking into all the graves, every grave they can discover. It is an insult and a pure desecration and lack of respect for you to allow foreigners to be digging, disturbing the graves of your own ancestors. It is an abomination. This alone shows that the modern day Egyptians and have no blood connection with ancient Egypt. They have zero blood connection. Okay, they are occupiers, they are thieves. If you have blood connection, you know there's no way you're going to allow strangers come to your village. They're your kings, all your Roje, all your Obas. Then they will start digging out their grave one by one, one by one, one by one. Nobody will allow this. Nobody will allow this. Start checking their graves, checking their bodies, checking all their things. It's only that people that don't have connection, you don't have blood connection with the people in those graves that we allow this kind of thing. Okay, it is we African people that are connected to them. So everybody is looking in Egypt, but they're pushing you to go and look into Mecca, pushing you to go and look into Rome. But the main place that you should be focusing your attention, they don't want you to go there. And you are feeling pain when I talk about Kemet, when I talk about ancient Egypt. You want me to be talking about Ogun, Shango. We already know about Ogun and Shango. And we know the people that are parading themselves as priests. Many of them are practicing useless ceremonies. This is a spiritual system that we're not able to take the world to the height of civilization and advancement. They were not able to do it. Only Khemetic, Kushite Kemetic spirituality is the spiritual powerhouse that was able to take the face of the Western world and wipe them out. This is the only powerful spiritual system that was able to deal with them. This is what we should focus on, how to think properly, how to harness the spiritual power of this spiritual system. And now you don't want me to be talking about it. Are they paying you to say that they pay you? I know, I don't understand though. Anybody that have common sense, we know that that place is where you need to be even going. That is where you need to be talking about. Okay? If all the white people are there, all the French people are there, everybody is there. Even Japanese people, they are all there. Then you are saying that we should not also go there. When you go to Western secret societies, Freemason, Rosicrucian, Klein Templars, Skulls and Bones, all the secret these so-called Western elite secret societies have is from ancient Egypt. It is our history. They are digging, they are studying till tomorrow. Our history is their secrets. And you are saying that I should not talk about it? This is what is shocking. It's either they are paying you or something is wrong with you. Okay? The whole world is in Egypt. Then you say that we from West Africa, we should not also go there. I don't know. But if you have, I hope that if you should watch this video. This is why I always go there. That place nobody wants us to talk about. It's where you should be talking about. Okay, we have a lot of materials there. It's easy for everybody to access. We should be concerned about what is happening there. Okay, it affects us. Somebody is trying to wipe our history out, whitewash us. We should not keep quiet. We should keep talking about it. Okay, we must bring awareness to it. If you see Egypt today, Egypt have the most powerful military in Africa. Egypt, why do they have this kind of military? Because they know that they are occupiers, and they know the amount of money they are making there, and they know that they are not from that place, and they fear the day that greater Africa will rise and kick them out. Because if you trace the origin of Egypt, it has always been one person trying to occupy and the other. It has always been filled with fights, and they know that the fight has not ended yet. One, the African people will wake up and we want to take that place back. Egypt is a no man's land. The strongest person will take it. So they have been maintaining the most powerful military on the continent for this very purpose, because they know that they are thieves. Okay? So I will advise you to also be studying ancient Egypt too. If you want to have real knowledge, real spiritual power, you need to be focusing on Egypt. That is where everybody go in the world to get power, to get knowledge, to get wisdom. If you also want to get power, knowledge, and wisdom, do not ignore Egypt. Okay, I am telling you, I'm advising you, anybody that wants spiritual power should go to Egypt. It is not in Mecca. It is not in what they call the other one, Israel, not Jerusalem. It's in Egypt. This is where all of them are coming to take power. So you should also go there too. That is why I focus on ancient Egypt. Okay, and I will continue to focus on them. I will never get tired of focusing on them. Okay, so this is the reason why I always talk about ancient Egypt. It is the foundation of science. Okay, philosophy, logic. All the Greek philosophers, everybody in the world, it is there that they got their knowledge from. Okay, we should also go there. Our African deities, the indigenous ones, is for our own indigenous understanding. But we also need to grow. Most of our deities, they have not been updated for a long time. Especially in West Africa, we need to update our African deities to modern day realities. I have said this many times, but I don't know if anybody is listening. So I see ancient Egypt as the light of the world. And this the same light is what we will use to move forward as a people. Okay? It's only natural that we connect back to ancient Egypt. Whatever you are, wherever part of the world you are, as an African person, you need to connect back. There's a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and it's accessible to everybody. It is open and it is straightforward. Okay? So I believe that this is the way for us to go. And since I connect back to ancient Egypt, things have been going well for me. I have been able to have better understanding of even my West African deities. I have been able to establish a good working relationship with my West African deities and my fellow Africans. I have been able to unite and connect back to so many of my African brothers and sisters. If I have focused on my own tribal spirituality, I don't think I would have been this level I am now. My spiritual progress would have been stifled. If I have focused on tribal spirituality, it will not make you grow. It will tie you down. Okay, it will limit your power. It will limit your worldview. It will limit your perception. Okay, that is why I don't focus on tribal spirituality. It is too limited. It's too small for me. I need to go international. I need to go worldwide. Ancient Egypt is that international spiritual foundation that we need. Okay, it is that is what will give you that international foundation. Okay, so you see my level. That's why I tell people I'm not a traditionalist. I am a scientist. I am a quantum physicist. I learned all these things from ancient Egypt. I did not study physics in school. I studied linguistics and business administration in Western University. I studied ancient history, philosophy, and logic in the Rosicrucian order. I studied physics, quantum physics, from studying ancient Kemet. That is where I learned quantum physics from. Okay? This is where you're going to get the body of knowledge that you are looking for, ancient Egypt. That power you are looking for, that understanding, you're going to get in ancient Egypt. That is where I learned it from. I'm telling you the truth here. So you must not ignore it. Ignore it at your own peril. Okay? So this is my reason for focusing on ancient Egypt. We need unity, we need innovation, we need development, and we need to go back to that place. Those people that are sitting there, they are not the real people. Okay? So we need to start preparing our minds. Spirituality is a part of war. It is not a peaceful part. Okay? So I hope that you will see reason with me. Then you also made a comment. This is your last comment, that Jesus Christ is not a bad spirit. I felt very offended, but I still want to say something. It means that you don't really know the spirit of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the worst thing that have happened to African people. He's a very bad spirit. He's a thief. He's a murderer. He's a scallywag. He's a bastard. Jesus Christ is the enemy of the African people. So he's the spirit of evil. In fact, Jesus Christ is the devil to African people. Okay, he has done nothing for Africa. This is a spirit that supervises the enslavement of African people, and you say it's not a bad spirit. It's either you are working for them or you don't know your history. This Don Braye Ezekiel 5598. I suspect you for this comment where you make, so I begin to suspect you, say your hand not clean. How you go say Jesus Christ not be bad spirit? What has he done for Africa? Jesus Christ is a fucking evil spirit. Okay? He has enslaved our people. He's continued to enslave our people. Do you not see the evil happening in the continent? You they say not be bad spirit. Who is responsible for the spiritual decadence and the massive theft of our natural resources? Is it not Jesus Christ? How did these white people came to Africa? The first slave ship that came to Africa was named the good ship Jesus, that went to Sierra Leone. Jesus was a slave ship, and he's still a slave ship. You they say it's not a bad spirit. Something that is telling you that you were born in sin. That if you don't worship and serve him, you are going to burn in hell. A God that is a terrorist. A God that is a criminal. A God that is a bastion of white supremacy. That enforces people that is a racist God. God that is created in the image of the white man, the great destroyer of the world. The Caucasian Neanderthal and barbaric spirits. A spirit that have destroyed women, that have said that women are inferior, that women are condemned to suffer, to be inferior to men, that they eat one dirty, forbidden fruit. You are saying it's not a bad spirit. A spirit that have condemned every living thing on this planet. A spirit that is based on... You don't know anything about African history. Are you aware that in those days, the Catholic Church used to burn people for reading the Bible? Are you aware that they used to sell indulgences to the Catholic Church, that if you buy that certificate, you will go to it? You don't know anything about... It's either you don't know anything about the Christian religion or you are working for them. So I am suspecting you, this person, for this thing. I will leave your comment there so that other people can go and read it. Then we see what you write there. For you to say this thing, I have noticed that a lot of people that don't want me to talk about Kemet. These are people that really don't want the progress of Africa, especially the white people. They have done everything possible in their power to make sure that they hide the knowledge of Kemet from Africans. When you come to Christianity, when you mention ancient Egypt, they say the ancient Egyptians are very wicked people. They are demons, that they enslaved Israelites for 400 years. That is why God punished them, God destroyed them. They don't want you to know. They want you to remove your mind from ancient Egypt. Anybody that wants you to remove your mind from ancient Egypt is not your friend. It's your enemy. Okay? So the Christian religion is the enemy of African people. Okay? It is the death of African people. That is why we must resist it. We must keep speaking against it. We must keep calling it out. So for you to be saying that Jesus Christ is not a bad spirit, I'm suspecting you. It's either two things. Either you are working for the enemy, or you have no knowledge about African history and the origin of Christianity. This is the only two things. For all this, your comment that you say something is wrong with you. If you practice African spirituality, you are not practicing it well. Okay? So you want to tie our brain in our local deities that have been corrupted and polluted by greedy priests and poverty and superstitious belief. You don't want us to move forward with that now. You see system where go fit move us forward. You say make we not talk about them. The next is they say Jesus Christ not be bad spirit. Now you be winch. You not be better person be that too. So I need to call you out with your many comments. However, I thank you for bringing it up because I know that there are many people like you thinking about these things. You need to wake up and you need to connect your indigenous spirituality to ancient Kemet. That is the only thing that will take us out of this world. If not, you continue to operate on a very myopic, low spiritual level. Okay? You know, they see beyond the lens of your village. How you want to connect with international people? How do you want to connect with your brothers and sisters in every part of the world? How you want to move forward? Now you'll die for them now. You just die for them. They do your own thing. Me, I'm not ready for that kind of level. Come on. I don't go. So this is the way I see this thing. And it normally happens every time we come together to unify. There are some people that we want to say all these kind of things to break our unity. The only thing that will unify us is Kemet. Okay, I have said it many times. No indigenous spiritual system on its own have the capacity to remove us except ancient Kemet. This is just the truth. Because I don't see African people who want to sit around the table to listen to your indigenous system where everybody have their own. It's not possible. So we better start focusing on Kemet if you know so you want the country, you want the continent to grow. Okay, so this is my take on the issue. I believe I have said too much. It's over 40 minutes now, and I hope that you guys will be able to see reason with my arguments or with my own point of view. And I would also like to know about your own point of view concerning this issue as well. Okay, should we focus on ancient Kemet, or should we focus on indigenous spiritual system, or should we link all of them up, or whatever way works for you? Okay, so this is what I have to say on this topic today. Questions and comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn African spirituality, this is the place to be. Okay, we need to be open-minded. This is what I have. We need to be more innovative, and we need to learn. When you talk about indigenous systems, we don't have many of our systems. We don't have a lot of materials, but we can be able to use the knowledge of ancient Kemet to discover and uncover many of our local indigenous spiritual practices and deities. So we need to connect them together. That is where we'll get the power. Okay, there's a lot of materials on ancient Kemet available everywhere. I have a lot of resources, a lot of scrolls, a lot of texts. So this is the way I've been using to practice my spirituality. It's one of my secrets. Now you know it. And if you know, say you want to see progress too, do the same thing. Okay, everybody goes to Egypt, so you have to be wise and also go there too. So this is what I have to say today. If you want to learn African spirituality, my website is River of Knowledge. If you want to do your spell work, exes or packs, oracle tarot readings, my number is under this video. Apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the next video as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.